Hi, how are you? Oh my god, what was that? Who knows? But hi, how are you guys doing today? My name is Jordan, and today I'm doing the military spouse video. Tag thingamadoobler. If you are watching my channel and you're like,
Hey, you look kind of familiar to that Poshmark haul. Did you,
yes, I did. I did, in fact, decide just to take the cardigan off, and now I'm a whole new person. Hi, what's up? I decided to do the military spouse tag. It's a mouthful. Military spouse tag video. Like, honestly, when I first got here and I watched it, and it took me like 30 minutes, and I didn't care to edit it down because it just was forever. So instead I'm gonna do this one. And yeah, if you want to, definitely feel free to. You can like, subscribe, and if you're like a military spouse too, hit me up on my Instagram because like I'd love to hang out. I need friends up here. That sounded a little bit more desperate than I wanted it to, but friends would be nice. So yeah, let's get into this. So the first one is, how did you and your spouse meet? We met while he was in training in Mississippi. I'm from Texas, he's from Georgia. People love asking, like, how did you guys meet then? And it was on a dating app. We met on Bumble. Shouts out, I think, if I'm correct, Sarah Owens, because I follow her, and if you don't follow Sarah Owens, you better follow her. She's a ball of sunshine. But I think that's how she and her husband met too. And she also went to Tech, so wreck 'em. Can you tell my ADD is like in full effect? It's ADHD, let's be honest. Let's not try to hide anything. How old were you when you two met? I was 24 and he was 23. Yeah, he had just turned 23. I can't see. I really can't see. How long have you guys been together? We've been together for a year and like 9 months. This is his necklace, that's why it doesn't fit. But we've been together for like a year and 9 months. So we met, got engaged and married, and we've been living together married for 3 months. So yeah, we did that real freaking quick, because we got to get that ad money. Where are you guys originally from? I'm from Dallas, Texas. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. How do you feel about him joining the military? He was already in the military when we met, so it wasn't anything different. I will say, because of like what he does in the military, my dad actually did the same thing, so I followed directly after my mom's footsteps. And it never bothered me, but I was just very aware that and I knew that it would be like me, him, God, and the military in our relationship. But outside of that, like, it wasn't that deep to me. But now I realize how deep it is, because military really in our relationship, it's like, here's us, here's God, here's the military, like right in between us. So yep. Where did your spouse go for basic training? Air Force Academy. I didn't know him at the time though. Has your spouse ever been deployed? Not yet, but he has gone to SEER, and SEER was a month long. We got up here on a Tuesday, and then on Friday they were like, he's leaving. And he left for a month that following Tuesday, so we were together for a week-ish. We were actually together for like 9 days. And then he left for a whole month. That was fun. Right after I got here, so I didn't know anybody. I'm gonna retain all of those emotions, put them back down. Have you ever been to his promotion ceremony? When he got his wings, so that was pretty cool. There's a picture of it right over here. I think I put it in, if I did it correctly. How long have you been a military wife? 3 months. But I've been a military girlfriend before that. And I feel like it's not fair to kind of like put stuff on the military wife, be like, oh my gosh, like the military wife, she has like so much to go through. Like, yes, we definitely do. But girlfriends and fiancés go through just as much as we do. So recognize their contributions too. Thank you. Did you marry him before or after he joined? After. How did your husband propose? He proposed at the restaurant that we went to on our first date. So it was really cute. And the funny thing is, that day I literally was texting my friends at the dinner, and I was like, he's not gonna propose to me, like I know it. No, backtrack. I actually, he bought a new shirt, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna propose. And then everyone was like, no, Jordan, chill. Like, maybe your dude just wants to buy a new shirt. Like, it's not that deep. And I was like, you're right. Like, he's not gonna propose. Like, I'm giving up. Like, I give up. And then he got down on one knee, and I was like, what the flippin' flipper? So yeah, I'm trying my best not to curse, because I know my mom's probably gonna watch this too. Or worse, his mom. Hi. Where did you get married? We got married at Kaufman, Texas, and I don't think we have any like pictures of the venue, but it's a really beautiful venue, and it's called the Emerson, which, like, side note for military wives, if you live in the Dallas-y area or you want to get married in Dallas, I would strongly suggest going with the Emerson, because they were the only people that had a reasonable military clause. And he was gonna go to SEER, or he could have gone to SEER. The whole SEER thing just really messed us up. But the point is, we weren't really sure when he was gonna go to SEER, and they could be like, oh, you're going to SEER during the time that you need to be getting married. And so we talked with them, and they were like, yo, whatever type of paperwork he has showing that he's gonna be going, like, we promise, we will respect, we understand he's in the military, we understand you don't want to change your wedding date. So they were just really great, and they worked with us, and they're fantastic. So I would suggest going to the Emerson if you are going to, or if you're in the military and you have enough time to plan a wedding. That's another thing, but that's on a whole different day. How old were you two when you got married? I was 26 and he was 24. We got married like 20 days after my birthday, so that's why I was 26. I don't feel like I need to justify that, but just in case. And he just turned 25 in December, so. You and your spouse currently stationed? We're stationed up north. I feel like that is kind of unsafe to say exactly where you're stationed, but if you follow me, you know we're always in Philly, so yeah. Do you live on base? No, we don't. And that's not anything against living on base. There's like pros to living on base, cons to living on base. In my head, I'm like, we don't have kids, so I don't really feel the urge to want to live on base. It would be a lot easier, but with my job, because I had just passed my real estate license, but yeah, I just passed it, and in order to do my job, I would be off base predominantly, and so I was just like, I think this would be easiest for me, and I like our decision thus far. How long were you married when you had to go through your first separation? Funny fact, our first separation happened, we got married on the 21st. Our first separation happened on the 23rd of September. Yeah, when I went back to Dallas and he had to move up to New Jersey. So that was frustrating. Like, we just got married, and most people are like, oh my gosh, like, I'm just married and you want to be with your person, but like, that's part of the reason why we couldn't go on a honeymoon. And it was just so many moving parts, so yeah. What is your favorite base so far? I've only been to 3, so I've been up here to this one, the one in Columbus, and the one in Oklahoma. There's one in Oklahoma too. There's actually 2 in Oklahoma. There's 2 nearby each other. I don't know how many there are in Oklahoma, but the point is, I've been to 2, and I think this one's my favorite just because it's a bigger one. So, do you think your spouse looks good in his uniform? The answer is a hell fucking yes. I'm coughing because I'm a little bit thirsty. But yeah, no, he looks good. He looks really good. He looks like a snack. 4-course meal, really, but we're gonna save that for a different day. Do you think military life is more advanced than civilian life? No, I don't think so. I think that we all run into our different like situations and things like that. But I do think with military life, you have to pick and choose your battles a lot more wisely. I know that for me and most of my girlfriends that have like military spouses, or even spouses that just have different schedules, so like doctors, nurses, I would even say lawyers, pilots, things like that, you don't always get to have the same type of schedule, so you can't get in a fight when you go off to like go pick up the kids in the morning and come back and resolve everything that night, because you don't know if that gets to happen. Like at any time, if they're like, hey, your dude has to go overseas and he's gonna be gone for 2 weeks, I'm gonna be pissed with myself for arguing in the morning, and like now we have to like basically kiss and say bye. Like that would be really frustrating. So we I think, resolve our issues a little bit more quickly, and we'll take a second. This is something we both do, and I'm very happy about it. But we'll be like, okay, you know what? I'm upset. Let's take 5. Let's reconvene. And we take that 5 to figure out why we're upset, like what's really the root. And if we don't know, we'll just come back and be like, hey, I don't know what the root of the issue is. I just need a second. I'm really sorry that I feel this heated, but I feel this heated, so. And then we take a second and we figure it out. So, yeah. I wouldn't say anyone's more advanced, though. I would just say, like, you don't have time to fight necessarily the same way. Do you like the benefits you receive as a military dependent? I haven't really experienced all of them yet, so I can't say if I do or I don't. I know that I would like to use Space Say, and I would like to go somewhere. Every now and then, like, we'll get like 10, 15. I think we got 20% off of something one time. So that sometimes happens. People do ask, like, do I get to use that? And it is up to the discretion of the person that is handing out that. Do I see that a lot of military wives, girlfriends, fiancés, but even more so children have to sacrifice a lot for their person's job? Yes. Like, I was really fortunate. My dad was already out of the military when my parents had me, but I think, if I remember correctly, like, they waited strategically to like the year after my dad got out of the military to have me, because they knew he would be gone a lot and he could never control his schedule. So yeah, like, I think that it's nice when people do it. I don't expect it though, and that's really the only benefit that I would use on a day-to-day basis. Outside of that, I think the resources we have for other wives needs to kind of like step up a little bit, but that's really hard to do because things change so rapidly, and their jobs are a little bit more scheduled out together versus like the wives being scheduled out together. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I digress. So yeah. Do I have a lot of military wife friends? I think I have 2 that I would definitely say are my friends. I'm getting to know another girl, and I think that's a lot comparatively. I don't know, but I think that I know a lot of military wives that I would love to get to know even more so, and I think that's the really cool part, so yeah. What do you think the hardest part of being in the military or having military in your life? There's a few hard parts, I would say. I think one of them is having people assume you have like blind patriotism. Hello. Editing Jordan here. What I mean by blind patriotism is that, like, some people really do generally assume that because you're in the Army or you're in the Air Force, Reserves, Marines, what have you, they assume that you have like this blind patriotism for your country, and it's not blind. Like, this is a choice. You're choosing to go out and do what is best for your country. And sometimes people might not agree with everything that happens, but at the end of the day, like, you're trying to protect the people that you love. Like, people sign up to be in the military, armed forces, to protect the people that they love, and to protect the things that they love, and to protect the place that they live. And that's what I mean by people just think like, oh, you're just like America. No, people really, really want to be here, and they love their country, and a lot of people do see the flaws, but nobody comes without flaws, and they want to protect and serve. And I just wanted to make sure that was understood. Okay. I feel like I rambled on that one. What's the last thing I was gonna say was hard with the military life? I think it's hard sometimes when people give you advice that doesn't actually apply to you as well. Like, someone told me, they're like, oh, well, if my husband doesn't tell me every single thing that he does, I can't trust him. And I'm like, mine legally can't, and I'm almost thankful that he has an excuse, or else it would drive me insane. But, like, you don't get to be told everything, you don't get to know everything. There's gonna be a point where you're gonna be just kind of like a little bit worried about them, even though you know they're gonna come home fine. But it does get to a point where you're just like, I'm kind of stressed and no one understands this, and the advice you gave me isn't really applicable, and I just want my husband home, and oh my god, am I packing another mother pooping box? But it's part of military life, and the things that I'm glad to have you know, that trade off are the fact that I have really, really cool friends. I have a friend who's an architect. I have another friend, well, hopefully we'll become friends. She doesn't like to drag race, but that person does. But she likes to do social work. I have another friend who's an engineer, another one who's a nurse. Like, you get to meet all these really wonderful, cool women who are very independent because you have to be. Like, you can't just come home and sit on your butt in this job. Like, you have to grind and you have to hustle just as hard as your husband does. If not, you'll find yourself sometimes overwhelmed with sadness. And that sucks. But, like, I have people who are working to avoid that, and people who give me advice and encouragement all the time. And I also feel like a really great trade-off is the fact that we do get to travel, and, you know, I get to experience things that other people might not get to experience, and it's just like a different place in life. But I'm happy for it. I didn't want to sound like I was completely negative and bashing, but yeah. Do you own military wife stuff? I don't. I'll be honest. At this point right now, I don't own anything. I might get something later on, maybe for his squadron, but at this time, I don't. Do you support your spouse as a member of the military? And the answer is heck yes, I do. I mean, outside the fact he looks bomb in his uniform, any of them. I think it's like a really cool job that he has, and I think that it takes a special type of person to be able to do any of these jobs. Like, they don't come easy. They do come with a lot of hardships, and it can be sometimes very taxing and very testing, but it's a cool ass job. And at the end of the day, regardless of how you feel, and I'm gonna say this, and it might be tongue-in-cheek for some people, but I'm gonna say it anyways, they're doing something to help for the better. I know that there's a lot of people who want to say different things, but at the end of the day, like, they want to help protect what we love and we hold dear, and it's really, really special to be able to do that. And I don't think anyone should ever try to downplay that or take that away from them. And so, hell yeah, I would support my husband. I would support all of them, everybody on different military branches, people that are first responders. Like, it's a very important, critical job, and I'm very thankful for it. So, yeah. Okay, well, that was the tag, and I think I cut it down quite a bit more than I previously did, so praise the Lord. Thank God. But yeah, if you like this video, feel free to like, subscribe. I think I already did this, but in case I didn't, yeah, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos, stay tuned, because 2020, that's what we're doing. We're making videos. But yeah, I will see you guys at a later date. I hope you guys have a good one.